in Minrathus. Don't fall behind.
Busker's disappearing from Docktown. But why? Something to look into.
Dumart's breath. I wasn't expecting to see a resurgence of the Venatori. Venatori, shadow dragons, all they do is make things complicated for the rest of us.
At least the shadow dragons are good.
Don't believe it. Both ideologies are just excuses for brawling in the streets.
Those missing buskers performed here. Let's see what we can find.
Oh, I don't know. I just clear the tables.
The others are bartenders, but I'm the mixologist. I don't serve drinks. I build libations. Let me know if you want anything. Very good.
Wine. A lot of it.
Smells like Silent Plains Paquette. A regular order for Venatori.
They were here for a while, drinking. Waiting for... what? Let's check outside. See where they went. That's blood. Did one of the buskers get hurt? No busker would leave their instrument behind. Strings are broken. Somebody knocked this instrument around.
Father gives me an allowance and I barely use any of it. I could donate some to those who need it more.
You're adorable. Trying so hard.
Wine. Probably a cheap vintage. Not the same as the wine inside. I think the buskers drank out here. All right. The Venatori are drinking inside. They have a signal for when the buskers finish. The buskers go outside for a drink, they're distracted, then the Venatori ambush them and haul them away. So we don't know why yet, but we know where the buskers were taken. The lookout.
Why don't you care about our city?
Because there's little I can do about any of it. Caring would be pointless and painful. You're young. You'll learn.
Did you see what it said in the papers? That can't be the full story.
No, but it's all we're gonna get.
I heard there was a letter.
It didn't make the story.
I heard the letter was burned.
This isn't a serial.
Cobbled Swan denies problem with threads following abduction incident.
You've never said where you're from.
Docktown, aren't we all?
Just turned up and started working.
Please don't say.
Spare me the story. You don't owe anyone here anything.
Everyone talks about the Swan. Sure, seat is incredible, but the place is a little snootier than I prefer.
Danger below the streets. Dark spawn in the catacombs. Lots of outsiders go unnoticed in Docktown. You're an exception.
Is that good or bad?
With me, good. With others, it depends who's writing the story.
Let's find those buskers. Stay ready, though. The Venatori are playing rough. Another message. Still warm. Whoever was on watch just left. Dead. He's Venatori, not one of the buskers.
Stabbed in the back. Poorly. Someone wasn't sure of themselves.
Someone saw their chance and took it. We need to find the buskers. Empty. Where are they? A restaurant pamphlet. The garden. It mentions performers.
Carelessness or a trap? Maybe both.
We could approach the garden from the rooftops. That'll give us some cover. We still need to save the buskers. But if this is a trap, let's be smart about it.
People talk about Minrathous being a mage city. Magic everywhere. But then you see it, and there's more than you'd even think.
There's not that much in Ducktown.
You grew up here. Trust me, there's a lot.
I've been looking through the Great Library. I believe there are texts from old Warden mages. If I can get access to them...
You'd give them to us?
I can't promise I'll find them, you understand. But I know you lost much of your history when... well...
Thanks, Quillen. Rook, thanks again for your help with the Darkspawn.
Esther, you feeling better?
Yes, the Shadow Dragons took good care of me.
Wardens have set up in the catacombs.
Between the gods and the Venatori, the Blight's a problem all over. We're sparing who we can. Where we can. We'll work with the Shadow Dragons to win back these tunnels.
I'd heard of archdemons before, but never one like that.
Honestly, with everything I've heard about Gillenane, I'm glad it wasn't worse. In the legends about her, she's nice. She created the Hala. She guides us to our destination. But if you read between the lines, it's, well, creepy.
Oh, good.
That thing you said about Gillenane, it jogged a memory. A warden claimed he found his way under a mountain. Saw a pool that merged creatures into new, terrible forms.
Right. That matches some of the legends. They say she healed people in those pools.
That warden, his story, it could have been demons or just nightmares of a bad time, but now I wonder.
Well, we haven't found one yet, so let's hope we never do.
Venatori, not far from the garden. That's not a coincidence. Let's go in and see if there's any sign of what happened to the buskers. Someone wasn't spending much on their wine.
A drink to take your mind off the world's troubles. Always a pleasure to serve.
What can I get you?
Have you seen any buskers from Docktown today?
Ha! I heard those songbirds had gone missing.
The Venatori had plans. I set them straight.
We followed a lead here. So could the Venatori.
All right. They're below. Just make it quick before someone sees you.
Up there!
Everything built up around the docks here.
Who goes there?
Are you the buskers? We're here to help.
So, Are you a fellow felon?
Call me Rook. I've been looking for missing buskers.
Lex Aulos, street balladeer, and sworn enemy of the Venatori, apparently.
How did you piss them off?
Well, say I'd composed a catchy but searing satirical ballad with rhymes for vainglory and excretory, and then tot said ballad to every performer in town.
That would do it.
Well, thanks to you and the owner's entirely legitimate seaway access, we live to compose another day. Perhaps it's time we take our act on the road. This city's a lot grimmer lately. Adieu, Rook. We'll sing your praises.
Buskers in Docktown? Who's our next rising star?
There's dangerous fanatics, then there's Aelia. She's loose in Docktown, and we're in the dark.
What's the plan?
The Threads and Aelia's Venatori are at war. That might slow Aelia down, but until I know her plans, I need to hear whatever information the Threads pick up.
What about Rana? Can she help?
I told Rana that Aelia's back. She needs the warning. As for help, Rana wants to be an example. Not sure where that goes anymore.
You're worried about her.
I'm worried about everyone. Tired enough to admit it.
Docktown's protected. What can the Threads do for you?
Aelia's a pain for both of us. Let's talk.
We know people in this town. Neighbors. When they don't turn up on the rounds, we notice. Aelia used the Threads for dirty work. Stolen relics, muscle, spies. These people, they disappear.
And you don't know where to.
Aelia's good at covering her tracks. That's why you're here. I've got names of missing people, including those hardly anyone noticed yet. All yours, no catch.
We can't let Aelia do this. If what she did to the Threads was an opening act...
We won't like the show.
This is war. We find Aelia, we kill her. Give the cult something to think about. You find her, you do the same. Docktown's ours.
To Docktown. From the people who breathe it, bleed for it, no one's got its back like we do.
To a better Docktown. Doing the best we can till then.
You go far.
To home.
yourselves.
This haunting, to our chagrin, was once one of our own Fade explorers.
He delved where he should not.
I've heard another landscape has been added to your collection.
It grows.
There's that haunting man I mentioned. The Fade Explorer.
Oh dear. It's poor Reldevar. That was Ernest Reldevar, a scholar who attempted to delve into the deepest regions of the Fade. What's left of the unfortunate man tends to wander.
Midnight brings music from the depths.
I'm unsure, my friend. Any other might hear it.
I took care of that Fade Explorer.
We are greatly indebted.
He can now rest for a time.
Our collegial allies in the Fade have informed us of several undead banding together.
They have begun to seek blood.
There are whispers from the levels below.
We shall find them.
A High Dragon's corpse!
I didn't even know demons could do that! Here we go! You bet!
I'm at the ready!
Looks like we're doing this! Watch ahead.
Attack from afar!
There. It's over.
I've never seen a demon possess something that big.
1,000-year banishment to the Fade. The Watchers will make note of the date.
You return. We are content.
Why are you here? What do you want?
Not now. Not yet. We will show you soon.
This just gets weirder every time.
Now, what do you have to say for yourself?
Did I miss something?
Since we're here to gather flowers for the dead, I thought I'd teach Manfred some plant names. But I just caught him attempting to wade into a rose bush.
Emmerich, how could you stay annoyed at that face? Skull.
Oh, Manfred. Whatever will happen to you if I pass on?
If?
There's something I'd like to talk about. Do you know what a lich is, Rook?
Doesn't ring a bell.
A lich is a mage transformed into one of the undead while retaining their true, original consciousness. The idea fascinated me when I was younger. For years, I researched and experimented, spoke with spirits and mages. Then, eventually, I found them.
Who?
The Lich Lords of the Grand Necropolis. Necromancers before me who'd transformed themselves into true living dead.
You're making this up, right?
Rook, please. I've told so few people.
Sorry.
The Liches are the great protectors of the Necropolis, bulwarks against forces that threaten creation. After years of tests and rituals, they granted me my desire, the right to attempt lichdom.
Hold on. If you become a lich, then all this flirting we've been doing...
I should hate to lose your company while I'm still mortal.
What would you being a lich be like?
A vast leap. Flesh cast aside for bone, returned immortal for all time.
I think I'd be terrified out of my mind.
Years of preparation will guide me.
How much?
Oh, I'd inform you before making any decisions to... questions of lichdom are... Lichdom is an incredible honor. Immortality, prestige, the most hallowed ranks of the Watchers, as well as a chance to be of service past my allotted years. But there are considerations. Come, we have flowers to gather for the dead.
Okay, but I've got questions.
Blue creepvine. This will do nicely.
Emmerich, aren't most undead just random spirits inside corpses?
Liches are different. It wouldn't be a spirit acting in my name. My true consciousness would be housed in my departed flesh.
How?
The Order must keep some secrets. Moon blossoms, famed in verse and song.
Smells like perfume. Do liches have a sense of smell?
I've been told that while some of my senses will dull, others will become available. Other than that, I can't say if the flowers would still hold their bloom for me. Lichdom serves a purpose. There are dark things in creation, threats to both our world and the Fade. The Liches of the Necropolis have the insight and the abilities to oppose them.
And you're joining them... when?
Certain elements have held me back. There's no ready instructions for lichdom. The steps must be discovered on one's own over years to be fully understood.
Does the spell to become a lich kill you, or do you have to...
No, mercifully, that falls to another watcher. After my death, my soul will be drawn back into my body instead of moving on to whatever lies beyond.
So, what's holding you back from lichdom?
Even with all my preparations, there's a chance I could die permanently during the rites. What cowardice! A promise of immortality, an end to all my fears, and the final veil stays my hand.
That's reasonable. Lots of people are afraid of dying.
Is it? When it keeps me from what I most desire? Traditionally, candidates for lichdom face one final sifting of the soul. If they avoid it, you saw my old colleague.
Hezenkos? She's a lich.
A half-lich, though that hasn't diminished her powers. Until I stop her plans, I won't possess the peace of mind for lichdom. Why don't you select the next flowers, Rook?
Sure. So, what's a half-lich exactly?
Johanna attempted the rites of lichdom and failed. Stuck in her in-between state, she is supremely dangerous, but can't learn any new magic.
No wonder Hezenkos was shouting so much.
No, she's always been that way.
What about the sifting of a soul that Hezenkos avoided?
The spirits of the necropolis judge whether a candidate is worthy of the power and responsibility of lichdom.
How'd she become a lich without it?
I shared some knowledge when we were colleagues. She apparently put together more than I knew. It would be just like her to skip the rituals, the cleansings, the preparations of the soul.
For a watcher, Hezenkos is pretty harsh on spirits.
We made allowances because of her discoveries. Too many. Spirits are not things to be disposed of.
You really care about them?
They're so susceptible to the world's whims, Rook. Some spirits are dangerous, but how quickly most respond to a bit of kindness or care or simple attempt to understand. For all she's done, I can't condemn Johanna for attempting lichdom. That freedom from mortality, that divorce from fear. And of course, time to read all of one's books.
Of course.
But how she's abused her abilities. Are my intentions enough to fare better?
Worrying's a good sign.
We have enough flowers. There's something I'd like to show you. Here we are.
Oh, so these flowers are for...
Yes. If you could place them on the graves, please.
In memory of Rupert and Eleanor of Volcarin. They walk eternity hand in hand.
After I became a watcher, I erected a proper shrine to my parents. When I come to talk, I like to think they listen. Well, don't be shy. Introduce yourself.
Rook, it's a pleasure. Do you remember your parents?
Some memories are bright. Others are akin to those dim early morning dreams one gets sometimes. Lately, I wondered what they'd think of our current course, the choices ahead.
Your lichdom.
What would they have wanted me to be?
I can tell you what I think they'd want you to be.
What's that?
Happy. You could always speak with your folks, couldn't you?
My parents last saw me as a boy. By the time I mastered my corpse whispering, I was a man. If I woke them, there might be a flash of recognition, or... Besides, if I speak to too many other spirits, Manfred might grow jealous.
Can't have that.
It'd be impossible, I agree.